Recently, I came over a TikTok by a guy named Just Say Steven, right? Where he talks about how there's so many games that are releasing that are gonna die, quote unquote, and they'll be shut down within the next 3 years because they're not making money and they're not being top of the top. Like, they're not making money like Fortnite or Apex. And I wholeheartedly agree with the video. There's something different about the gaming industry today where game companies, like the big companies like Ubisoft, Activision, EA, they're no longer making games that are unique and interesting. When was the last time Activision made another game that wasn't Call of Duty, right? The studios that they own, right, worked on a game that wasn't Call of Duty, right? It's been a while. They'd rather play it safe and continue with already existing titles. Activision's going to stick with COD, EA is going to stick with Apex, and the reason why is because that's what's making them money. And it sucks because back then, these companies used to make all kinds of different games, and even if they weren't selling as well as each other, they still had dedicated communities. They still had players that loved the games, right? And if we're being honest, if there's any company that could do it the best at the time, it was these big companies like Ubisoft, EA, Activision, and stuff like that. But nowadays, we have to focus on indie companies, right? Or just smaller companies to make these games. The one example I use is Ready or Not. Absolutely love the game. It's a great game. And I'd always been wanting a game like that. If you've ever played Siege or the Clean House mission from Modern Warfare 19, the idea of being like a SWAT team member is cool. It works so well for a video game. And no one was doing it. No one did it until they finally did. And it's a great game. It just sucks that it took a company like Void Interactive to do it. There are so many games that will never get sequels because they're not going to make as much money as Apex. I'm a huge Garden Warfare 2 fan, huge PvZ fan, and Garden Warfare 2 is my favorite game of all time. They're never going to make a Garden Warfare 3. EA is too focused on Apex. They want Apex to be like that game because that's what is making the most money. And it sucks because it's like, don't you think you can still work on Apex with Respawn and at the same time make other games that people will love and enjoy? Like, who cares if it's not getting as much players as Apex? There's a community that loves these games and would love to see a sequel to God of War 2, and it's just not happening. Back in December of 2023, Epic released 3 different game modes: Lego Fortnite, Fortnite Festival, and Rocket Racing. I am so thankful for these modes, okay? Because I generally do like them. You can call me an NPC, but I literally bought a Wii guitar so I could play the game with the guitar, right? The plastic guitar. That's how much I love the mode. Specifically focusing on Fortnite Festival and Rocket Racing. When was the last time we had a game, right, like Guitar Hero or Rock Band, right? They haven't made one in a while, right? And if you wanted to play a game like that, you had Clone Hero, which is a fan project, right? Which is cool, don't get me wrong, but it's like, why isn't there an official company doing it? Because it's not making money, which is sad. Just because it's not making as much money as Fortnite doesn't mean it's not a success. Now, with Rocket Racing, yes, it is definitely the least popular mode out of all the modes we got, but I still find it fun. I used to be a huge sweat, right? Like, I used to play the game competitively and all of that, and now I'm just kind of whatever. I'm playing other games now. And I love the mode. I love it, and I'm glad that they made it. But the amount of people who are like, what's the point of this? No one's playing it. Well, people are playing it. It's just like, if the game, this is the problem we have with like the modern day gaming industry and gaming community. If the game isn't as successful as the big games, right, the big titles like Call of Duty, Fortnite, Overwatch, Valorant, Counter-Strike, like whatever, people think there's no point in playing it. There's no point in having it around. And I'm like, are you serious? And clearly the companies feel the exact same way too, because they make these games, right, that are fun, like the Finals, for example. I love the Finals. I haven't played it in a while, but I loved it. And I wouldn't be surprised if just because, the player base is dwindling, they just shut the servers down, which is sad. It's a fun game. Make it as good as possible. Who cares how many players are, like, how low the player count is? If they're still getting lobbies, if there's still a dedicated community, then go for it. Keep updating the game. Keep playing the game. Make it the best it can be, okay? I think if I were a game dev and I had my own company, that's what I would strive for. I wouldn't strive to be the next Fortnite, the next Minecraft, or whatever. I would strive to build a dedicated community like TF2, like PVZ, like the rhythm game community. Just communities like that. That's what I would want to build. Because it'd be super hard and kind of stupid to try and be the next Fortnite. I think I've gotten my point across is the way I wanted it to go. The gaming industry is too focused on making nothing but money, and if the game doesn't make any money, it's out. The opportunity is shut. The door is closed, right? Which really, really sucks. And that hurts possible future games. And it also hurts past games.